Peace and blessings to you wherever you are in the world. Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day. Welcome to Bradford in West Yorkshire. My name is Javed Khan and we are continuing with stories from the 1980s. So that's nearly 43 years ago, give or take, and as a young child we came to live in Darfield Street. So to give you a little bit of background, it's very sad and very somber, very hurtful, very painful as well. But we had travelled to Pakistan in 1977. We had travelled by road. Unfortunately, we were involved in an accident. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took two of my brothers from the world. They are buried in Yugoslavia. And from that point onwards, Abaji had to drive the second vehicle all the way to Pakistan through various countries, ending up at the borders in Torkham in Pakistan. And after having to deal with the painful, the emotional situation of losing his sons and my brothers, about 6 months afterwards, whilst we were in the village, we were all drugged and we were robbed of all our belongings. Many things disappeared. In addition to that, what happened here in England as well, Dad had bought a property in Girlington Road in Bradford, and that apparently caught fire, and that also disappeared as well. So there was a lot of events that had happened. Now, many people would not be able to deal with these sort of things, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives strength to a person. I mean, I was like 6 and 7 years old, so you could imagine the situation that I was in as the youngest of the brothers, and what my mother and father were going through I could not even imagine at that time. Is as I got older I started to understand more about it. So rebuilding our lives, we came to the UK once again in 1979, and we lived in Oldham for a little while and then came back to Bradford. We were walking down Lum Lane one day, and Zahid Kakaji bumped into Dad after a few years. They had a conversation, and purely through trust, integrity and honesty and the way that elders used to look after one another, offered him a home in this street here, which is number 34 Darfield Street, which is the White Door. The house had no heating, there was no gas fires, electric wires were hanging all over the place, and really the house was in a really bad condition. Abaji was in the process of looking for work, so what Zahid Kakaji did for us changed our lives. Now, going on from there, as a young person, you don't know too many things. That at that stage the elders take care of everything, like all parents do. So I just remember receiving a free school uniform. I had one pair of shoes, and knowing that I had to go to school, I ended up going to Manningham Middle School, which was a stone's throw away. And this used to be my little walk through Hallfield Road, through Eldon Terrace, eventually on to Manningham Lane. I don't remember much, but I do remember just being very nervous as a young child, going through the troubles that we had done over the previous years, entering a school. My English was probably a little bit weaker at this stage, having to make new friends, not knowing what school would be like. So as a child you go through all of these things. And this would be the walk across Manningham Lane. And I would walk by myself, sometimes being a little bit scared, as you do as a child. You see all the taller children, you see children walking together and they've already made friends, and you're a little bit alone. And I remember walking here and thinking, oh my goodness. I remember thinking that as a child. And I remember seeing the school and thinking, oh my goodness, this is so huge. And as a young child, you think the school's going to eat you up. And we actually walked in from this entrance here, which just happens to be the girls' entrance. And what I remember was assembly was taking place there was hundreds of children there, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And as a child, obviously you have fears and phobias about all sorts of things. I remember going into the class with a teacher called Mr. Pickles, and I remember coming out to play from this particular door into the playground, which is just over there. And what happened was, coming out of that door and going into the playground was a life-changing moment, because as a young person, all you know is now let's play, or NLP, now let's play, or NLP, neuro-linguistic program. So in terms of playing, life-changing moment for me was I was playing in the playground, playing football, and the life-changing moment was I got scouted. Yes, I got scouted and I got picked to play for Manningham Middle School on my first day of playing football in the playground. And not only did I get picked, but I got picked as the striker, centre forward. And we played a few days later. Other players, Rafakat, God bless his soul, I think Nasakat was playing as well. I think there was Iyaz and a few others as well. Ayaz Yunus from Hanover Square, if you're watching. Iftikhar Malik, Twinkle Toes, soccer player. And we played against Ryan Middle School. We travelled in the school minibus, and look, I remember those days. I think I didn't even have a pair of trainers, so Dad had to rush me out. He bought me a brown pair of trainers. We played and I scored a goal on my debut. Could you imagine the amount of running that I was doing around that pitch? Round and round and round and round, scoring a goal. Iftikhar Malik scored 2 goals, and I can't remember who scored the other one, but we won the game 4-1. And the following day, our names were called out in assembly at school. Heroes. So what an experience that was at Manningham Middle School. And when you're a hero, you make friends. Remember Charlie? Charlie, if you're watching this video, comment below. And I made a whole load of friends. And what I remember is that particularly there was a group of people who spoke Pashto. Families were from the northwest of Pakistan, and like you do, you become close to these, or you come close to those people that you think like, that you speak like, that you're like yourself. So I made lots and lots of friends, and from that moment onwards, from Manningham Middle School, simply our whole world started to change. And across the road from Manningham Middle School is now the University of Bradford football stadium. At that time it used to be Valley Parade, and the schoolyards and the terrapins, which were the extra classes. And for all the people that I remember from school, my goodness gracious, Raf, Qasim Khan, Iyaz, Niyaz, oh my god, Asad, and so many others as well, that from those days right up to today we still have close bonded relationships, because school is a very, very, very special place. So look, what are your distinct memories from school? What are some of the greatest things that you did? You know, how did the teachers influence you? Do you still hold a strong bonded relationship with all the people that you went to school with? What are your memories? What are your memories of Bradford? Which middle school did you go to? And did you go through experiences similar to mine? So look, wherever you're watching, I hope you've enjoyed that little journey, jogging down memory lane, and have a wonderful, blessed evening. And if you're watching the video and you like it, please share it, subscribe to it as well, send it out to all your friends and family, wherever you are. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Oh yes, Anwar Chaudhry scored the other goal.